get started it is now 8:30. It's very exciting. We are thrilled with this opportunity coming to the Philippines. This is a new day. This is a new opportunity. And for you to be first is quite tremendous. Thank you for taking your time to come on here. My name is Kenneth Andreasen, and today I'm joined by April and Bob Wagner. I'll be speaking more about them in just a little bit here. We are coming to the Philippines with a brand new opportunity, our new discovery in slowing down the aging process. It's pretty fantastic. Just a little bit, you're going to hear more from April on the product, and you're going to hear from Bob on the business. But when I look at this, I'm always looking for an opportunity that has sort of three or four pillars. One, there has to be a support network. And as you can see on the next slide here, we're going to have a local headquarters right in the next tower, in Makati City. We're already set up for business. We are in pre-launch. Our official launch is just a couple of weeks away. But having that support network, not only from a corporate standpoint, but also from people in the business, is tremendously important. That's number one. Number two is you have to have a product that works. Right? April will go into details on just what our product does. And I can tell you what, having a patented product that creates wonders is just phenomenal. That's pillar number two. Pillar number three is really to be able to make money. We are in this for added income, maybe a full-time job, whatever it is that brought you here today. You have to be able to see a way out, a change of life, whatever it is you're looking for. And I can tell you that's what we have, and Bob will go into details on that. So I'm going to keep my time to this because we have a lot of information to present. I will introduce Bob and April Wagner to you now. They are Pro8s with the company. They are doing a lot of great things, helping people change their lives every single day. They've been in network marketing for over 25 years and made in excess of $14 million. Really powerhouses in this industry. They've been married for a long, long time, and I think you cannot find anybody more passionate about this. April is an expert on our products, and I'm so excited to introduce her to you. So April, please show us what it's all about.
Sure. Thanks, Kenneth. Appreciate that. Appreciate the introduction. My husband and I, like Kenneth said, has been in this industry, and actually it's almost 29 years. So it's a long time. I know. But we love what we do. And we actually got involved because my husband had a very traditional business that wound up going bankrupt. And it was time we had small children, big house, car payments, mortgage payments, lots of bills. And, we needed to replace that income. And, this was the way that we found to more than replace that income. In fact, we replaced his income that very first year. So that was super, super exciting. But I get to share a really exciting discovery, something that, again, for 25 years, we worked closely hand in hand with physicians, bringing nutritional products into their office, kind of as a turnkey program. We were actually the first to do that here in the States. And it actually flew over into the Mexico and the Netherlands. But that was supplementation. And supplementation is the vitamins A, B, C, that multivitamin you take. It's the reason you eat fruits and vegetables to get all those antioxidants. And that's what is known as supplementation. Well, today we're going to talk about something called activation, and it's a super, super exciting science. So, you get a kind of a double here. Not only are we've pre-launched, but we're officially launching the Philippines in 2 weeks. And you're going to hear about activators, which even here and many countries, we're already in 21 countries, they don't know about it either. So, we're real excited to be able to share this kind of information. But I'm going to give you a little bit of the backstory on the products itself. So our product line actually started with a question in the lab, is declining health something we must accept? So there was a scientist back in the 60s actually made an incredible discovery. and still a discovery that is so little known. He was actually found out or discovered that our bodies create their own antioxidants. The same reason that we are taking and ingesting those multivitamins, those fruits and vegetables, our bodies really have the ability to make that. And because this was such an incredible discovery, he was awarded awards such as the Elliott Crescent Award, which most of us aren't aware of it because it's a very medical science. But that award is the award given to one doctor scientist worldwide that has the most impact on human health. So again, this is big discovery. The only downside to that at that point, and again, this is the late 60s, was that when we get into our 20s, our body stops creating this path of antioxidants. It stops supplementing itself. And what happens then is aging starts. So we do know now that aging starts as early as our 20s. And most of us don't feel it till we're in our 40s, but it starts in our 20s. But he went back to the lab for a number of decades and actually decided and figured out how to flip the switch on this pathway so that we can create these antioxidants forever. And that's the science I'm going to talk about. What's funny is it's not my opinion so much. When we took nutritional supplements, it was my opinion on how much or whatever, based on whatever science. This is well documented. But because we've been able to activate this pathway to have our bodies throw off its own antioxidants, we call that NRF2 activation, flipping that switch, turning that activation back on, gives us better genes, good genes. It turns on the good genes and turns off the old genes. So we are no longer destined to, if our parents had certain diseases or aged in certain ways, we do not have to age or have the sickness or the inflammation that our parents had. A little medical term that we need to deal with, this is called oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is the creation of all the free radicals that we create just breathing, eating, certainly exercise, the environment, stress, water, all that stuff creates a lot of free radicals for our bodies. And that's really bad. And that's why to date, we've tried to supplement as much as possible, but we can't supplement enough. It's already been medically proven. And so hence this term, the difference between the free radicals and also the oxidative stress is a term we use called oxidative stress. So the difference between the free radicals and the antioxidants, I meant to say, equals oxidative stress. So this is the first product in our line. And again, we've got two here that I'm going to talk about that actually flip the switch on aging, and again, well medically proven. But the first one deals with this oxidative stress, and that's why that term was important. In fact, it is proven, and we can medically say, and a lot of times you're not allowed to do things, make claims or whatever, but we can legally say that it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in the first 30 days. And in fact, Protandim activates your body to create 1 million times per second the antioxidant value. And it does that 24/7. So again, 1 million times the antioxidant value per tablet. It increases glutathione, which is our master antioxidant. Many studies on there. If you can keep your glutathione levels healthy, you greatly reduce, again, inflammation and disease. And because all of this is so exciting, we have 13 patents worldwide protecting the duplication of this formulation, because you can imagine it's a simple formulation. It's a simple recipe that we get amazing results. And therefore, every pharmaceutical, every nutraceutical company, in fact, pharmaceutical companies have tried to recreate our product to get the benefits that we get, but they have not been able to. It's really consisted of 5 plant-based ingredients. And again, you know, Bob and I were in this industry for many years. And so we kind of already took a few of these. We took ashwagandha, we took green tea, we took turmeric, and we had those in different products that we used. And we could have just said, well, I'm going to add the milk thistle and the bacopa and call it a day. So I'll take 5 pills instead of 1. But it doesn't quite work that way. By taking this 1 pill, which probably is a lot cheaper than if I took 5, a lot easier for sure. By taking this 1 pill, this 1 little yellow activator, we call it, we get 1,800% better results than if we took 5 different pills and tried to be our own mad scientists. So it's an amazing, amazing product. And like I said, there's so much science behind this. And I mentioned, each pill creates 1,000,000 times per second the antioxidant value. In food terms, in order to get the same benefits that we get from this one little yellow activator, we would need to ingest 11 pounds of blueberries, 375 oranges, 120 tablets of vitamin C, and drink 87 glasses of red wine every day, day in, day out. And I once calculated the cost of that because I kept saying I was going to do it. It would cost you about $700 a day at today's food prices here in the States anyway. It cost about $700 a day just to be able to buy all that. Nevertheless, there's no way you could ingest all that. And so what's really cool about the product too is for every month that we're on the product, we reduce a whole decade of that oxidative stress, which as we get older increases greatly. And therefore that's where the inflammation and disease comes in. So if I took the blood of an 80-year-old who had been on Protandim for 8 months, the blood of a 60-year-old who'd been on Protandim for 6 months, the blood of a 40-year-old who'd been on Protandim for 4 months, and the blood of a 20-year-old. And if I took all of them, mix them around, and I pulled the blood, I could not tell whose that was originally of the 20-year-old, because what it does is it makes that blood turn back to that of a 20-year-old. So super, super exciting science there. In fact, the NIA did a study that we can actually extend life by 7%, which is very interesting. And again, it's not my opinion. There are many, many studies out there. Oxidative stress itself has some 250,000 studies, whether you go to Google Scholar or you go to PubMed, which is kind of a site where typically only doctors and scientists go to look at the interactions, caution, warnings of pharmaceutical drugs. So in order to get your products and the studies listed on PubMed, it has to be what we call a peer review study, which is a study not only done by one large leading university, but has to be conferred by a bunch of other doctors as well. So again, it's not just one person's opinion. And we are so lucky. We have some 30 plus studies at this point that are listed on PubMed or Google Scholar, whatever you go to. And it's pretty amazing because they're on the product, where traditionally nutritional products, they're done on the vitamin itself, or, the effects of vitamin C, or, something, vitamin D, something like that. But ours are on the product itself. And so you have large universities like Harvard University, Florida State, Colorado University, the National Institute of Health. You heard the National Institute of Anti-Aging. Washington State went so far as to say the health effects of NRF2, which is our Protandim, may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine, and likened it to discoveries of penicillin and aspirin. Big, big, big discoveries. So this is exciting stuff. So they've added another line or another pathway of aging that we were flipped the switch on, and it's called mitochondria. Mitochondria is the energy that we have in every little cell, and we have lots and lots of these little mitochondria. It's called ATP. Sometimes we know that here in the States. But again, this energy is so, so important to make your heart beat, your lungs inflate and deflate, and your muscles work. And every part of our body has tons and tons, and actually millions of these little mitochondria. And the sad part is, by the time we reach midlife, we've already reduced half of the mitochondria we have per cell. And so a lot of times people will say, once you get to midlife, it's kind of all downhill. People are tired. They can't think as well. They don't recover from sickness as well. And that is directly related to the amount of mitochondria that they've lost, because we do this by, again, stress, pharmaceuticals we take, different foods we eat. All of this stuff plays a role in decreasing the amount of this mitochondria. And so they've got a product called NRF1. Again, no correlation between NRF2 and NRF1, but it increases that energy at a cellular level. It improves sleep quality, cellular repair, which is so important to staying healthy, having energy for yourself to do the things you want to do, supports cardiovascular and also brain health. It just improves, like I said, overall cell health. So you have energy to feel good. And isn't that what's so important? You can see 4 ingredients, simple ingredients again, but it's the recipe. It's the synergistic effect that, our company has been able to put these just unbelievable product lines together, and you'll just love how you feel when you take these 2 products. We also have a skincare line that is just super, super amazing. I have to say, it's the only skincare line, we're in this industry and people send us a lot of stuff, and I think they think if we like the product, that's just the whole opportunity, which it's important, but I've not been able to use any other skincares. Didn't either like the smell or the way it stayed on my face. So I was greatly surprised and super happy when I found out this skincare line, super easy to use. It's labeled 1 through 4, but it's on an app called Think Dirty. And that is so important because so often there are lines out there that will offer results, which this one does. It offers results. You can see a lot of before and after, but it has things in it that are harmful for us. So why would we want to take that? So if you've ever looked at this app, Think Dirty, all of our products are anywhere from a 0 to 3, most are 1 or 2, which is a super, super clean product line there. But, again, some of the benefits of these amazing products are it improves sleep quality, improves exercise, endurance, recovery, recuperation, vitality. You will just feel so much better. Overall energy, helps with better memory, focus, and concentration, healthier hair, skin, and nails, which is something we don't talk about. But, if you're feeling good on the inside, it shows on the outside as well. And it slows down the aging of cells and restores your own blood back to that of a 20-year-old, which again, if you're young, it's important, but it gets important as you get older too. So what I'm going to do is have my husband come and sit here, and he's going to explain to you the backstory on how our company you think the product story is amazing. Wait till you hear how the company came to be, and he's going to go ahead and share a little bit of that with you. So thank you so much for your time.
Hey, good evening. It's a little funny saying good evening, but you're exactly 12 hours ahead on the clock in the Philippines from us here. We're coming from Orlando, Florida. Kenneth is in Tampa, Florida. And I have to tell you, this is really a dream come true for me. April and I grew up in New York, and some people can tell as soon as I start talking, they recognize the accent a little bit, but we grew up in New York, and we had the good fortune of working with a lot of Filipino business people, and in particular, a lot of Filipino physicians, doctors. And it was always a goal, a bucket list, that we would have the opportunity one day to help open the Philippines and do business with the Filipino community. And that day has come, and you have the opportunity. About something that is 2 weeks before we're opening. Okay, you're 2 weeks before. Okay, so technically we're in a pre-launch period, but we're not even open yet. So why do I share that with you? Well, I share that with you because timing matters, okay, in business, okay? It really makes a difference. And I'm going to be honest, okay? It doesn't guarantee success, but it gives you every possible advantage that you could ever want, and we all would have been very excited to know about Amazon before it happened. We'd be very excited to know about, Microsoft before it happened, or Apple before it happened. And you have an opportunity to spread the word with LifeVantage, our amazing science, and the business opportunity attached. And I know the network marketing business model is very well received in the Philippines. It's a very popular way of doing business. And again, a lot of things come into play when you're considering a business. So let me tell you a little bit about LifeVantage. But before I go into those details, I want to share one little bit of our story with you. April and I, as April said earlier, we've been in the industry for 29 going on 30 years, and we did over $200 million in sales, our team did, with our first company. So we've been with LifeVantage for 4 years. Okay, so we're 4 years into the business now. And what I want to share with you is when our old company closed and went out of business, we became free agents and we had the opportunity. So we're here in America. Okay, we live in Florida and we had the opportunity to join any company in the world. Okay, any company in America, any company in the world. We were being pursued since we were free agents to, a lot of companies were offering a lot of things. And LifeVantage by far was the best opportunity. And here's why. April already told you the amazing results with the products, and you'll see when you try it yourself. But what really got my attention is LifeVantage was the best kept secret in the world. See, nobody knew about it yet. And it's amazing because there was a primetime investigative report that was done about this science. And this is back in 2005. We weren't even a network marketing company then. This was just a report being done on the science that April talked to you about. And that particular show here in the United States is a show that tries to expose scams and cheats and illegitimate things. Okay, that's the nature of that show. And they went into the labs and offices, to have their blood tested to prove that the products didn't work and it was all a lie. And what happened is the investigative reporter is a very famous guy here in the United States. His name is John Kiyunis, and we can send you the video. Okay, Kenneth can send you that video afterwards if you haven't seen it. But he had his blood checked, and he didn't even wait a month to have it rechecked. And his oxidative stress went down by 45% in 2 weeks. Now, medically and legally, and according to our government, we're allowed to say reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Well, his oxidative stress was reduced by 45% in just 2 weeks. So here's what happened. That show, we call it a gotcha show. It's trying to get people in trouble or companies in trouble. It ended up becoming our commercial because they proved to the entire world that it worked. Okay, on TV for everybody to see, they proved that it worked, and we've been showing that forever. But that led to us being listed now on the NASDAQ stock exchange. So we are publicly traded. So when April was saying it's not my opinion, okay, well, it's not, okay? We have to deal with the Securities and Exchange Commission. We have to deal with the FDA. We have to deal with a lot of legal entities with the government and the stock exchange to do the things that we currently do, including expanding internationally into other countries. We made a big change in 2009. So our company now is 12 years old, okay? But obviously brand new in the Philippines. But we decided to go to direct sales instead of selling it off of shelves in stores. And that was because the product was meant, there's a story behind it, and people needed to share, okay? They needed to share the results. It was a testimonial-based product. Now that led to an entire industry called nutrigenomics being created, which is going to be a $17 billion industry itself just in the next 3 or 4 years. Okay, right now, LifeVantage is doing about 230, 240 million a year, okay, in sales, but we are projected to become a $1 billion company in the next 3 to 5 years. And a big reason for that is our international expansion. And we fully expect in 2 weeks, when things are officially open and the offices are open, the distributor training is everything's ready to go. We fully expect the Philippines to be the biggest expansion and the most successful launch of a new country that we've ever seen. And we're in 22 countries, okay? We're in most of the European countries. We're in Australia. We're in Japan. We're in Taiwan. We're in, Thailand. We're in Singapore and Hong Kong. So we're doing business in some of these places, and we expect your country, the Philippines, to be the most successful launch that we've ever had since the company was started. So this is a little bit of the map. If you see my arrow there, I hope I'm pointing to the right spot. Okay, I did look it up. Okay, but we are so excited, you know. And on a personal note, what excited me most about the Philippines, all the business background that I had dealing with physicians from the Philippines, and honestly, I only speak English. And I'm not like the Europeans that speak 5 or 6 languages, okay, or the Filipinos that have a lot of different dialects. I was so excited that the primary language in the Philippines was English. It was just going to make it easier for me and April and Kenneth to do business, okay? Kenneth grew up in Denmark, so he speaks other languages too. But for me and April, it's just English. So what I want to talk to you about is this, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Because I want you to look at things through the eyes of the way we are seeing them. I want to share the benefits of this business with you, and it wouldn't be right to go through the benefits of this business without reminding you of looking back over the last 20 months of this COVID thing, this pandemic thing, all the lockdowns and shutdowns. Okay. And I know the Philippines was hit hard. I know you were shut down multiple times. We probably could have opened the Philippines 9 or 10 months ago had it not been for the shutdowns and lockdowns in the Philippines. Okay. So, but think about these benefits based on what you and I and Kenneth and April, all of us, what we have gone through in the last 20 months. What if, okay, do a what if. What if you had had these kind of benefits available to you when you were locked down? Okay, when you were shut down. See, we get to work from home or anywhere. Okay, we don't need to be, although we have beautiful offices in Malachi City, you know, we've invested millions of dollars opening up the Philippines with all the, you know, all the product approvals and inventory and offices and everything that needed to be done. We have a lot of fun and love the fact that we work from home, you know, or anywhere that we happen to be. See, we do this business socially. We socially share information with people in the form of videos, Zooms, presentations, and we do that by WhatsApp, by text, and we have an app, you know, on our phone for this business. That app will be activated in the Philippines in 2 weeks, okay, to be fully functional. And anything that you or I need to do, we have the option of doing it from an app right on our phone, okay? The business, it's a virtual office is how we run the business. There's minimal startup cost, and Kenneth will go over that with you a little bit later, okay, as we finish up. But there's no inventory requirements. It's low, it's a low overhead. But you know what's great? We have a personal online store, not only for the Philippines, okay, but for every market out there. See, when you see this page, and let me just see if I get my mouse up here, where I'm circling around where it says LifeVantage, there's a flag up there. And when you click on that flag, you'll see that there's 23 countries now that the Philippines are open. And all you do is click on a flag of whatever country you want to do business in. And that website automatically converts to that country, that flag, the products that are available there. So you have an international business. You are already registered to do business in 23 countries, including your own country of the Philippines, okay? All at once. Okay, it's really the greatest opportunity that I have ever seen. Okay, and that's why we picked this company 4 years ago when we could have gone anywhere. Now, I want to give you a little bit of numbers, but again, Kenneth will go over that more with you. I know that he's reached out to you. He has a system, he has a marketing program, he has a lead program. You know, he didn't talk a whole lot about himself, but you know, he's a former U.S. Olympic coach for our sailing team. His sailing team won a silver medal in the Olympics. He owns a bunch of exercise franchise and gyms here in Florida and in Denmark. Okay, very successful businessman. And I know his system reached out to you to tell you about this, but let me give you a little bit about the numbers here, okay? Do you realize that those products that April was talking about, okay, if you look at this first red arrow here, okay, if you had 50 people using those products and reordering on our subscription every month, you'd make $600 to $700 US. Now I know the conversion is different, okay, the denomination there, but in Filipino money and currency, you would make the equivalent of $600 to $700. Do you know the second one here? Okay, if there were 200 people, and I know there's about 110 million people, okay, in the Philippines, but if you and your team had about 200 people using those products that April was talking about, you'd make between $3,000 and $4,000 US a month converted into your currency. Okay, right here, if there were 1,000 people using the products, okay, and I don't mean you got 1,000, I mean, maybe you had 20 people who each had 50 customers, okay? But if there was 1,000 people using it, you'd make 13, 14,000 a month. That's almost 200,000 US annually. April and I have been here 4 years. We are Pro8s. That's what that meant, okay, when Kenneth said that. And this is the average earnings of a Pro8, okay, in US dollars per month. See, these are monthly numbers, okay? These aren't annual, they're monthly numbers of average income. So one of the things that we are experts in, and Kenneth is an expert in, is helping you set goals and put a business plan together so that we can help you achieve the things that you'd like to achieve. Here's the key goal. We want to help you get rid of everything, whatever needs that you have in your life, so we can help you attain the wants, the things you desire in your life. And that's the whole deal with this business. Now, here's the real question, okay? Is this a good business opportunity? Okay, that's the real question, okay? Now, after the fact, hey, we all would have liked to know about Facebook before it started. We would have all liked to know about Amazon before it started. We would have all liked to know about Apple before it started. Well, I'm telling you, I actually had a chance to know about Apple when it first started. I had a friend on the inside, and I passed on it. Okay, and man, I regret that one. Okay, it's been bugging me for over 40 years now. Okay, but you now know about something before the doors are even open in LifeVantage. Don't let it haunt you for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, because we're going to be the biggest network marketing company, activation company, wellness nutritional company that there's ever been in the Philippines. Okay, we're going to be that company, and you knew about it before it got started. Now, why is it good? Well, we have unique patented products. We have no competition. We own the patents, and they're global patents. Okay, the products are good for everybody. It's a massive market. Everybody gets benefits. But here's one of those things. You personally have the opportunity to be first to the market. Nobody's heard of it. Nobody knows about it. And you're going to be talking about something that's really affordable. Very, very affordable. Okay, in Filipino, currency and US currency, very affordable. Okay, it's backed by reputable science. So like April said, Kenneth, myself, this is not our opinion. We're just sharing the science with you and the facts of what's going on. And what I love most about it, the products are consumable, and we use a subscription business model. And what that means is this. When somebody is using the product, if they go on a monthly subscription, which I highly recommend, you save about 20%. And the shipping is included. It's free shipping, okay? So, the subscription model is just the way everything is going these days, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Uber, whatever it is, we use a subscription model. So here's the real question, okay? Obviously, it's a good business opportunity, or we would not have invested millions of dollars to come into the Philippines as a publicly traded company, okay? We would have never done that. So the real question is this. Can I do it? Can I do this? Okay, that's what you need to be asking yourself. Can you do this? Well, let me ask you this. Can you use an app on your phone? Have you ever texted from your phone? Have you ever used WhatsApp or I know there's different chat services and stuff in Southeast Asia and that part of the world, but have you ever sent messages in the form of a text from your phone? Well, you know you have. You've checked email on your phone. You've checked Facebook on your phone. You probably called an Uber on your phone, maybe ordered from Amazon on your phone. This is a common everyday occurrence that we all do every day. So here's the deal. You're already doing this business. You watch videos on TikTok, you go to YouTube to check information out. The way we do this business is during the in-between times of our day. The same way you're texting, you're emailing, you're using an app, you're checking Facebook and Instagram, all those things. That's how we do this business now. But if you do it with us and with LifeVantage, you get paid for it. Okay? We have a simple ITT system. That's what we call it. And the ITT means this, okay? We invite people to take a look, like Kenneth invited you to take a look, okay? We then share a tool. That tool could be a video. It could be a Zoom. It could be a link to a website. It could be anything, okay? And then there's a team that'll help you validate and verify whatever it is you need to know in regards to questions you might have with getting started or using the product. So we have all the regular meetings, trainings, we have incentive trips. I'm excited about the next incentive trip. They don't just take you anywhere. Like before COVID, our incentive trip was to Ireland. Our incentive trip next year, post-COVID, is to Croatia. Okay, I don't know if you're interested in going to Croatia, but I am. Okay, that's a bucket list place and I can't wait to go. So they have all of that stuff in place. And here's how you can participate. Okay, there's really 3 options. And then I'm going to give it back to Kenneth to close things out. Hey, activate your own health and be a customer of the product. That's one way. Okay, there's no fees to join or do that if you want to be a customer and get on a monthly subscription and save some money. But that's not the reason for this Zoom. We are looking for people that have that entrepreneurial spirit, that could really appreciate having a partners in America, partnering with a company in the United States to help open the Philippines, that have that entrepreneurial spirit. We're looking for people to join us in the business and share these unique products and change people's lives. I love the fact that I'm building a legacy business. And what that means is I get to leave this business to my children and grandchildren when I'm no longer here. It's willable and transferable to my heirs. Okay. And then there's an opportunity here to be a source of referrals. Look at all the people that were affected by COVID and the pandemic in a negative way, health-wise, and also with their income. So we have a choice. We have the opportunity to let people know, hey, we got some, and April didn't mention immune system and she didn't mention immune health. And, there's a lot of things we just can't say in a presentation, but I'm telling you, there ain't nothing better for your immune system than those 2 products April talked about. Okay. Nothing better than using them. And, so this is a chance to let people know that you have something that can change your lives health-wise and business-wise. So here's the deal. Okay, how do you get started? Well, you speak to the person who invited you, and that's Kenneth. Okay, he invited you onto this Zoom. You responded to something that he did. Okay, he has a system in place, and I'm telling you, you'd be very, very fortunate to be partnered with him. We got Kenneth involved in the business, so you'd be partners with all 3 of us, and we'll be there to help you doing presentations, training, and whatever it is you need. Okay, but with that, number 1, I want to say thank you and have a great evening. It's a great morning here for me, okay, but have a great evening. I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to go back to Kenneth.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. And April, it was a great, very informative presentation. And I know I'm excited. Every time I hear the presentation again, I'm like, oh my God, I want to sign up again. Can I sign up again?
I want to sign up after I hear me do it.
Exactly. So, but thank you for taking the time to spend a little bit of your evening with us here to go over this amazing information. You know, we want you on our team. It's very simple. I want to work with you. We've been communicating on Facebook Messenger, on WhatsApp, and some I've been emailing with. And, you know, it's very simple. We are in pre-launch right now. What that means is that, you know, when we communicate, I'll send in your information to our headquarters. We'll get you set up. You know, the sign up fee is just 1,200 peso. It's very inexpensive, about $25, and you get set up in the business. On the 16th of November, you then get to buy a product package. You know, the advantage of doing that is that you save a lot of money on that first package. You get all the products at a discount. Very, very nice opportunity. And then we help spread the word. But, you know, as Bob and April said, we are first. Right? This is unbelievable. You can be first in the Philippines and spread the word. You know, I know a lot of people in the Philippines have family and relatives all over the world. So this is a great opportunity. This is an international business. So here's what we're going to do. I would like you to reach out to me. And if you don't, I'm going to reach out to you. And we are going to see if this is for you. If it is, let's get it started right now. You know, there's nothing worse than time wasting away, right? We just want to get off to a fast start. So reach back out to me. You have my email, you have my WhatsApp, you have my Facebook contact information. Send me a quick message. We'll get you set up. I'll send the information into our corporate offices, and then we can do this exact same thing for you. You know, this is a recording, or this will be recorded rather. So you will have an opportunity to share this video with a lot of your fellow friends and family members as well. So anyway, thank you so much. We don't want to take any more of your time. Reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's get started, and let's take over the Philippines. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you for your time.